Hello, welcome to Cardminds. Thank you for stopping by. This is going to be a Taurus weekly money and career reading from September 8th to the 14th, 2025. Taurus, welcome. Let's see what messages we have for this upcoming week. Taurus weekly money and career, September 8th to the 14th, 2025. Thank you for being here. I hope you are well. Be on the lookout, on the hear out for the magic word. If you're interested in putting your name in the hat for a free reading, all you have to do is put the magic word down below in the comment section and be subscribed. I will pull one name and announce it at the end of the month of September. So grab your best headphones, earbuds for better sound, and let's get started. Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What are the messages? What do we need to know for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, money and career, September 8th to the 14th, 2025, for the sign of Taurus? What are the messages? What do we need to know for Taurus money and career, September 8th to the 14th? What are the messages for Taurus? Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, money and career. What are the messages? What is the root of the matter for the sign of Taurus that we need to know for this upcoming week? All right, let's see what's going on, Taurus, for this upcoming week. Three of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Five of Wands, Nine of Wands, the Emperor, Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Hangman, the Star card, and the Hierophant. Okay, Taurus. Five major arcana. Massive changes in readings, massive energies in these readings, for this upcoming week for pretty much all signs. You're now moving forward on this job, on this project. You're moving forward on a business, the job or the school or whatever you've been working on. It is now progressing forward. It's progressing forward, but it seems like it's been a bit chaotic, right? This is your long-term goal. This is the job you wanted. This is the job you wanted to pursue, this goal, to pursue this career, to get in this company, to get on track. Or this is a business that you're starting. This is your main goal, to bring money in, to have success in this business, in this idea that you're developing. Whatever it is, it's you are now, or you have maybe already started something financially promising, and it's beginning to show results. Now with the Wheel of Fortune, it's beginning to show results, but it's chaotic. So there's a shift a financial shift, whether it's positive or negative. It feels like there's arguments there, there's disagreements, or it's time for you to step out of the crowd. It could be sudden gain or sudden loss, or but you've already started, and this is something that's already progressing forward. It's just that there is a shift in this decision, or a shift in the development, or a shift in whatever is announced or agreed upon or argued within this job, within this business, whatever you're working on. So stay adaptable. Again, it can be sudden gain or loss, but stay adaptable. It feels like you're walking on eggshells. You're not quite sure. It's been discussed. You're having meetings. There's been disagreements, but it's time to shine your light, or it's time to step out of the crowd. So this can also be just the hard struggle of competition. A lot going on, a lot of options, a lot of people involved, a lot of conversations, meeting, the decisions, flip-flopping. That's a possibility. So this is you needing to stand out and assert yourself. And it feels like you're fatigued, or there's maybe even financial fatigue, or but you're close to your goal, but you're burnt out. It's been difficult because it's a lot going on, and you are competing, and you have to stand out. Keep hearing, you have to stand out. Don't quit. Maintain those boundaries. Take charge. If this is not you taking charge, this is an Aries, a boss, a manager, a CEO, a director, a leader, a decision maker that will, that's there for the structure, that's there to lead this company or lead the way in this business project, whatever it is. So this can be you protecting your stability, protecting your leadership, taking charge, or this can be your boss, whoever the leader is in this subject, in this company, in this situation. It needs structure. It needs discipline. So if this is not you, they are the authority in the business. They are the one that permit stable income. Now this can also be institutions, government, administration, something very ruled, very regulated, a corporate, something managerial, right? This is a person that has a managerial role. So maybe you have a managerial role. Maybe you're a manager, maybe you're leading a team, maybe you're responsible for people, right? Working within your team. That's a possibility as well. Whatever it is, it's long-term planning. This is your long-term goal. This is your business. This is going to gear you towards that financial goal, that success in your career. But you have to make a decision, or the stability, I don't know why I'm saying this, the stability of the business is on you, or there's certain issues that you aren't aware of, or that you haven't seen, or maybe have been in denial of, or haven't addressed yet, or maybe you weren't even aware you had to address certain issues. Maybe you weren't aware of things going on behind the scenes. But it feels like this is bringing you to not a standstill, but you're sort of indecisive and avoiding the conversation, or avoiding the circumstances, or avoiding that something's going on, that are changes going on, changes in contracts, changes in the job, changes in responsibilities, changes in the direction or the management or the way you're working on this job, project, whatever it is, there is something that needs to be talked about that hasn't been talked about. And so you've been avoiding this, or they have been avoiding this. Maybe your boss has been avoiding talking to you about something, or maybe you feel unsupported by your boss, or maybe you felt underpaid, unsupported, and they haven't mentioned this, and they haven't made a decision yet, but there's something that you need to talk about. Is it regarding this Queen of Wands, this coworker, manager, director, person that likes the limelight, that's very bossy, that's very charismatic, sort of social butterfly? Aries, Leo, Sag, doesn't have to be. Is that person you're talking about? For me, it's not the same as the Emperor, right? The Emperor is the CEO, the Emperor is the big boss. However, the Queen of Wands, I feel, is someone you're in connection with, a manager, your manager, or a director, or someone that you that's calling the shots, but on your level. You're committed. You're working really hard. However, there's something that's stuck and that hasn't been addressed. Either delays on a decision, delays on money, delays on contracts, delays on the business negotiations or the money situation, delays on what's the next step in this project and how are we going to do this, or delays on your contract, your negotiation, the money you're waiting for, the answer you're waiting for. Delays. Now, with this Hangman, it feels like, right, you're waiting for something has been on pause, and we have the Hierophant here, which tells me that this is in a big institution or corporation or administration, or maybe it's administration that's putting things on pause, that hasn't answered you yet on the documentation, on your on the raise, on the money, on the contract, and they haven't, they owe you an explanation, or they haven't answered you yet. That is on pause. So it also means that the day you get the response, the day you're able to talk, or they call you back, or they get the green light, or now you're getting a meeting and you're going to be able to address the situation, it also means that there might be sacrifices that are needed once you talk to this person or once you have this conversation. So, but it's temporary. But this new perspective, or a different perspective coming around when they start talking to you, or when they, address the issue or give you the answer, or start discussing the contract, the money, whatever it is, it's going to give you clarity, but it's a definite might need sacrifice, might need to do things differently, see things differently, and whatever they're announcing you or whatever they're deciding might not be what you're expecting. They're very, very ruled and regulated, right? They're not very flexible, and not very flexible at all. But there's a positive shift that's coming. So when they do call you, or when you finally do get this conversation or able to address whatever you need to be addressing, it's going to be different for each and every one of you, right? But there's a positive shift that's coming. You have invested in your dreams. You have invested in your dream job. This is your goal. This is your long-term vision in your career. This is something you've developed. This is something, a corporation or a company you wanted to work with. This is where you wanted to be. And creativity is going to start to be favored again. So sort of faith and hope returns in this positive shift. I do feel like there's certain discussions that will happen that are bringing you back into a positive energy. So it might not be what you're expecting, or it might, you might have to, give in to something, or you won't get as much as you thought, or it's going to be different, or whatever it is. But I think you're okay with it because you are, it's going to open up a new way of working, and it's going to give you opportunities and creative opportunities to be able to work on subjects, projects, people that you haven't worked on before. Okay. So it's stressing you out, for sure. It's stressing you out. 59% of the people that watch this channel are not subscribed. So thank you for considering subscribing. If you haven't yet, if you've been watching this channel, if you've been subscribed, thank you so much for everyone that has supported this channel from the get-go and along the way. Gratitude to each and every one. And if you're just popping in, welcome, welcome. This is a channel where we focus on money and career readings, career energies. So thank you. If you enjoy these readings, or if you find them interesting, or you find them motivating, or they give you clarity, or whatever it is, or maybe you just feel like they're entertaining, thank you. Thank you so much for considering subscribing. It takes one click. It doesn't cost you anything. Click the subscribe button, and it does make a huge difference for channels like this, for small channels. So thank you. Thank you for considering it. All right. Let's see what this I'm hesitating between the star and the Hierophant, but let's do the Hierophant first. One card on the Hierophant, because I feel like the Hierophant is coming in as a guidance, as an answer. They're your answer, corporate or office or institution, or it can even be in a school, right? They're the ones with the answer. So let's see what the answer is. Yes, we have the Five of Wands again, the conflict, or just a lot of competition. Okay, and you're gonna find abundance. You're gonna be happy with your choice. There's a choice of independence here. So if you're waiting for them to contact you, or waiting for the answer, whatever it is, your choice, your decision, or what you're receiving is abundant, and it's going to allow you to be financially abundant, long-term financially abundant. So hang in. Yes, there is a moment of processing, of healing, of purging, of understanding with the Judgment. It's an awakening that things are going to be done differently, that there's a different voice there. I don't know why I'm saying that. Maybe there's a different manager. Maybe there's a different direction. Maybe you're talking with different people. Maybe, right, there's a change of management, whatever. It's sort of like a rebirth that's giving you much more independence creatively within the job, but also financially independent. Again, the Five of Pentacles, feeling unsupported in the past. And I feel like, who else got this? Something similar. Was it Gemini? It might have been Gemini. I'm not quite sure. But in the past, you have completely felt unsupported. It has been emotional. It has been a trigger for you. You were certainly attached to those certain people, past coworkers, past job. Maybe those coworkers were friends, or maybe you felt unsupported by your family, by siblings, or something like that. It's an emotional trigger for you, but we do have the Ten of Cups, which tells me that your decision, or what's happening is they're finally addressing the issue and calling you back, and you're getting a meeting, or you're able to get an answer on and get out of that indecisiveness that you have been in, or they're able to get out of that indecisiveness and finally address. It's almost like addressing the elephant in the room, whatever it is. Okay, and so now this is a sort of rebirth for you of understanding exactly what's going on. Now it's becoming very clear, and it's also a clear awakening to what the situation is within the company, or what has been going on in the change of direction or change of manager, or why exactly things, things were not moving and have been delayed and pretty much not spoken about for this whole process, right? Why it has been so delayed and paused. Okay, so it feels like you're getting a truth here. You're finally understanding what exactly happened. If you're interested in a tarot reading, you can join us on lives Sundays 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, Mondays and or Fridays 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can join us for live tarot readings. So the way you can get a tarot reading is joining membership, $5, $10, $20 tier. Whatever tier you choose, they all get the same access to tarot readings. So join membership. Join us during the lives. We would love to have you. It's a beautiful community. So if you're waiting for answers, you have a question, it doesn't have to be money and career. You can ask whatever you want. The only type of readings I do not do are health readings because I'm not a doctor, but anything else you can address and you can ask by joining membership. All right, let's see. One last card on the Hierophant, please. Or one more card? Okay. Yes, look at that. Yeah, celebrating your independence. I feel like you're much more independent in this job. Or you're going on a new adventure. But I don't feel like you're separating yourself from this job or from this team or this corporation and administration or school even. I don't feel like it, but I do feel like you're gaining much more independence, and you're going to work on things that are out of your comfort zone that you've never done before. Getting out of certain obligations that you were having in, with the other responsibilities. Maybe you're changing posts, maybe you're changing responsibilities, maybe you're working on with new people on new subjects, new projects, but it's really, you're gaining freedom. You're gaining freedom of creativity and freedom to work on things that you've never worked on before. That's a cause of celebration for you, your family. It's exciting. Yes, independence. Okay, let's see if there's one last message for the road, Taurus. Weekly money and career, September 8th to the 14th. One last message for the road for the sign of Taurus. Now, I'm going to take those. Stepping away emotionally. Ten of Swords. 8 of Swords, getting out of that. You have other options. There's that Queen of Wands again. So I'm feeling that you're stepping away from this Queen of Wands, or at least you're stepping away from an energy that you didn't want to be part of it anymore. You feel stuck, but also stabbed in the back. These are people that you don't want to be with anymore, or you don't understand why they behave like that, or why it has been so complicated. It can be this Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, that you're stepping away from difficulties, and all these swords about mind games that were played. People like to play mind games sometimes, and you're suddenly aware that your creativity is going to win them all. Your creativity, your wealth, your money is coming from your creativity and your ideas. So this Queen of Wands is sort of, you're leaving him, it's just the idea of someone that really loves the spotlight, that's all about them. And someone that's a little needy as well. I don't know why I'm saying this, but whatever it is, there's a massive shift here of understanding on what your responsibilities and what your role is going to be in this job now. And I don't feel like you're leaving this job. I don't feel like it. I just feel like there's a massive shift there in your role, and people understanding that you represent someone with amazing ideas. So yes, maybe there's some people that are going to go off and do their own thing and start their own business, or go freelance, or become more independent and do their own thing. Yes, maybe that's for a few of you, and go discover new ways of making money and detaching yourself from this corporation and from this business, or whoever these people that you have been working with. It is a perfect possibility. But for me, I really feel like there's an awakening, not only of you, why things have been delayed, hence this Queen of Wands, right? But also what your role is within this company, and how your creativity, your ideas are going to shine. You're going to nurture these ideas, and you're going to make money off of these ideas. Take your time. Take your time. Patience, everything with patience and moderation, to tap into the right energies, to the right people, to gain those synchronicities and align yourself with the right energies. The energies are there, but we do have the Tower, where it is a sun shift. The Tower, the Judgment, understanding that, and we have the Fool, understanding that you are going to go on a complete new adventure, venturing yourself out there in the world. The world is your oyster. You're going to be able to do all kinds of things and tap into different energies and work with other people, and really create beautiful things. But yes, there's a massive shift of understanding and awakening within the energies that you have been in for a while. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to each and everyone for being here, for connecting, for sharing your journeys, your energies. Gratitude to each and everyone. I want to say that the magic word here is creativity brings wealth. Creativity brings wealth is the magic word. If you're interested in putting your name in the hat for a free reading, all you have to do is put creativity brings wealth down below in the comments section, and be subscribed. Don't forget to be subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. Taurus, have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.